Hello, dear students. Welcome back to Ways with Words. I am Aushmi Mohammad. Let us continue with the play Trifles by Susan Glaspell. In the previous video, we saw that Mrs. Hale and Mrs. Peters having a conversation about Mrs. Wright. When they examined Mrs. Wright's clothes, they understood that Mrs. Wright was now not living as she lived in her past. Mrs. Hale remembers about her past life. Mrs. Wright's past way of life. When she lived as Minnie Foster, she wore pretty clothes and she sang beautifully when she was living as Minnie Foster. But now, when she married John Wright, her life totally started changing. And Mrs. Hale says that these might be the reasons why Mrs. Wright kept to herself. Mrs. Peters collects Mrs. Wright's shawl as well as apron and telling that these were silly things to collect right now. And towards the end, we saw that Mrs. Hale was going to tell Mrs. Peters something secret. She was going to ask to Mrs. Peters about something. Let's see what that is. So let us continue with the play. Mrs. Hale. Do you think she did it? Mrs. Peters, in a frightened voice. Oh, I don't know. Mrs. Hale. Well, I don't think she did. Asking for an apron and her little shawl, worrying about her fruit. Mrs. Peters starts to speak, glances up, where footsteps are heard in the room above, in a low voice. Mr. Peters says it looks bad for her. Mr. Henderson is awful sarcastic in her speech and he will make fun of her saying she didn't wake up. Mrs. Hale. Well, I guess John Wright didn't wake when they were slipping that rope under his neck. Slipping means tying. Mrs. Peters. No, it's strange. It must have been done awful crafty and still. They say it was such a funny way to kill a man. Rigging it all up like that. Rigging is rope or wires. Mrs. Hale. That's just what Mr. Hale said. There was a gun in the house. He says that's what he can't understand. Mrs. Peters. Mr. Henderson said coming out of that, what was needed for the case was a motive. Something to show anger or sudden feeling. Mrs. Hale, who is standing by the table. Well, I don't see any signs of anger around here. She puts her hand on the dish towel which lies on the table, stands looking down at table, one half of which is clean, the other half messy. It's white here. Makes a move as if to finish work, then turns and looks at loaf of bread outside the bread box, drops towel, in that voice of coming back to familiar things. Wonder how they are finding things upstairs. I hope she had a little more read up there. Read up means rescue or free. You know, it seems kind of sneaking, locking her up in the town and then coming out here and trying to get her own house to turn against her. So now let's see what happened over here. Abruptly, Mrs. Hale asks Mrs. Peters if she thinks that Mrs. Wright killed her husband. So Mrs. Peters says that she don't know. Mrs. Hale also says that she doesn't think Mrs. Wright did this. Then we can see Mrs. Peters whispering to Mrs. Hale about her husband, that her husband said that it doesn't look good for Mrs. Wright. Mrs. Peters also says that they have planned to put Mrs. Wright in jail because they all believe that Mrs. Wright has did this and now they are searching for evidence. That's it. The women acknowledge the strangeness of killing a man in the way that John Wright was murdered, strangled in his sleep. Mrs. Hale says that Mr. Hale said that there was a gun in the house, but still he was killed by tying the rope around his neck, and that seemed strange. So that is what Mr. Hale spoke about, says Mrs. Hale. Mrs. Peters says that County Attorney said the men are looking primarily for evidence that would show a motive for killing John. such as feeling anger. So, primarily, the men are looking for evidence. So, Mrs. Hale says that anger, we couldn't find anything like that. It doesn't seem so. And she also says it's not good to be here. We have asked her to be in town, and what we are doing now is coming to her house, sneaking in, and trying to find out evidence which can put her in jail. That doesn't seem so good, says Mrs. Hale. So that is what we saw till now. Now let's continue. Mrs. Peters. But Mrs. Hale, the law is the law. Mrs. Hale. I suppose this, unbuttoning her coat. Better loosen up your things, Mrs. Peters. You won't feel them when you go out. Mrs. Peters takes off her fur tippet. Tippet is the shawl which women put around their shoulder. Goes to hang it on hook at back of room. Stands looking at the under part of the small corner table. Mrs. Peters. She was piecing a quilt? Piecing means putting together. And quilt is the bed covering which we have already spoke about. She brings the larger sewing basket and they look at the bright pieces. Mrs. Hale. It's long cabin pattern. Pretty, isn't it? I wonder if she was going to quilt it or just knot it. Footsteps have been heard coming down the stairs. The sheriff enters followed by Hale and the county attorney. Sheriff. They wonder if she was going to quilt it or just knot it. The men laugh, the women look abashed. Abashed means embarrassed. County attorney, rubbing his hands over the stuff. Frank's fire didn't do much up there, did it? Well, let's go out to the barn and get that cleared up. The men go outside. Mrs. Hale, resentfully, which means with a little anger. Don't know as there's anything so strange, are taking up our time with little things while we are waiting for them to get the evidence. She sits down at the big table, smoothing out a block with decision. Smoothing out a block means smoothening a block. I don't see as it's anything to laugh about. Mrs. Peters, apologetically. Of course, they have got awful important things on their minds. Pulls a chair and joins Mrs. Hale at the table. Mrs. Hale, examining another block. Block means a large solid piece. So here the block means the one which is used for sewing. Mrs. Peters, look at this one. Here this is the one she was working on. And look at the sewing. All the rest of it has been so nice and even. And look at this. It's all over the place. Why, it looks as if she didn't know what she was about. After she has said this, they look at each other, then start to glance back at the door. After an instant, Mrs. Hale has pulled at a knot and ripped the sewing. Mrs. Peters. Oh, what are you doing, Mrs. Hale? Mrs. Hale. Mildly means gently. Just pulling out a stitch or two that's not sewed very good. Threading a needle. Bad sewing always made me fidgety. Fidgety means restless. Mrs. Peters, nervously. I don't think we ought to touch things. Mrs. Hale. I'll just finish up this end. Suddenly stopping and leaning forward. Mrs. Peters. Mrs. Peters. Yes, Mrs. Hale. Mrs. Hale. What do you suppose she was so nervous about? Mrs. Peters. Oh, I don't know. I don't know as she was nervous. I sometimes so awful when I'm just tired. Mrs. Hale starts to say something, looks at Mrs. Peters, then goes on sewing. Well, I must get these things wrapped up. They may be through sooner than we think. Putting apron and other things together. I wonder where I can find a piece of paper and string. Mrs. Hale. In that cupboard, maybe. Mrs. Peters. Looking in cupboard. Why, here's a bird cage. Holds it up. Did she have a bird, Mrs. Hale? Mrs. Hale. Why, I don't know whether she did or not. I have not been here for so long. There was a man around last year selling canaries cheap. Canary is an African bird with a melodious song. And canary is popular as a caged bird. But I don't know as she took one. Maybe she did. She used to sing really pretty herself. Mrs. Peters, glancing around. Seems funny to think of a bird here, but she must have had one. Or why could she have a cage? I wonder what happened to it. Mrs. Hale, I suppose maybe the cat got it. Mrs. Peters, no, she didn't have a cat. She's got that feeling. Mrs. Peters, no, she didn't have a cat. She has got that feeling some people have about cats, being afraid of them. My cat got in her room and she was real upset and asked me to take it out. So now let's see what happened over here. So Mrs. Hale was talking about the way Mrs. Wright was being put in town and they had sneaked into the house to find the evidence. Then both Mrs. Peters and Mrs. Hale starts searching the house and they found a basket which was filled with quills. They examined the quills and they found really pretty quills. So while they were talking about the quilt, the men re-enter and overhearing Mrs. Peters and Mrs. Hale discussing the quilt, laugh at the women for wondering about whether Mrs. Foster was planning to quilt or not her piece to complete it. And telling this, the men go out to the barn to search for the evidence. Mrs. Hale resents that men would laugh at them for passing the time while they wait. Mrs. Peters attempts to excuse them, saying that they must have a lot on their minds. Mrs. Hale notices that the quilt is very poorly done at the end, and she starts pulling out stitches to correct them. So they discuss about why it was being poorly done. So Mrs. Peters says that it also happens with me when I'm tired. I don't mind when the quilt is being made when I'm tired. It might go like this. But finally, it seems to the women that Mrs. Wright must have been nervous or upset. So finally, Mrs. Peters tells that we are not supposed to touch these things as these are evidence, so it's better to keep it away. Mrs. Peters looks for paper or string to package up the clothes they are taking to the jail and discovers an empty bird cage in the cupboard. Mrs. Hale doesn't know whether Minnie had a bird, but remembers that she used to sing very beautifully. Mrs. Hale also tells that the last year a man came selling canary birds, but she is not sure whether she bought one. But now the cage is empty. They wonder what happened to the bird from the empty cage. Mrs. Hale wonders if the cat got it, but Mrs. Peters knows that Mrs. Wright didn't have a cat because she doesn't like them. And Mrs. Peters also tells that when her cat tried to enter to Mrs. Wright's room, Mrs. Wright was really upset and asked me to take the cat away. So that's all for today. We'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.